Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and then we get to The World Is Not Enough. And as much as I like Pierce Brosnan, I'm not a big fan of this movie. I'm really not. I saw this film not that long ago, and it's already forgetting. See, I can't even talk right. My fucking brain cells are already forgetting this movie. I don't know if this will turn into a full-on rant, but The World Is Not Enough is definitely one of my least favorite James Bond films. It's up there with fucking. Fucking Never Say Never Again, Octopussy, Man with the Golden Gun, fucking From Russia with Love. I'm not a fan of that, I'm sorry. This film is just, it's a forgettable James Bond film. I mean, this is directed by Michael Apted, if that's how you pronounce it. Now, this guy, he's directed some films. I mean, Firstborn with Peter Weller, which I know my friends are big fans of. The Coal Miner's Daughter. Gorillas in the Mist, Blink, Nell, Enough, and from 2002. Extreme Measures, which I like. I like Extreme Measures. Thunderheart, I remember liking with Val Kilmer. But to be honest, none of this stuff really says James Bond film. To be honest, that's the thing. This film to me is just—it's a forgettable flick. It's not much to it, with one of the absolute worst fucking Bond girls played by Denise Richards, who is one of, I might even say, the worst Bond girl. Just horrendous. But you have a opening sequence where it's in Spain, and one thing leads to another. James Bond gets this money for this oil tycoon, but then he realizes before it's too late that it's booby trapped and the guy gets killed. So you get in this boat chase. Granted, I like the boat chase in this little boat here. Well done stunts. You have this stunt where he jumps over and it goes like over, and then he jumps and grabs this rope for this hot air balloon, and this assassin is going to kill herself, and James Bond sort of slides down. I like that sequence. You know, it's a good sequence. And this is the last appearance of Q, played by Desmond Llewellyn, which is sad. And the thing is, like, he was old, but he died, I think, in a fucking auto accident, which is even. It's sad that he's no longer with us, but the fact it was a fucking auto accident is sadder. It just is to me. But I like what he says, because we're introduced to John Cleese, who's his assistant, and then John Cleese would be in Die Another Day by himself, which just doesn't work. I'm not really a big fan of John Cleese, to be honest. But I do like Desmond Llewellyn's last lines. You know, first, never let them see you bleed. Second, always have an escape plan. And he hits a button, he like descends down. I'm like, okay, that was cool. Then we're introduced to the bad guy played by Robert Carlyle, Renard, who has his bullet in his brain. He's impervious to pain. And honestly, this bad guy is lame. Because you have a guy impervious to pain, they don't do much with it. You have one scene where he's intimidating this fucking guy holding the damn rock. Might as well shove it up his ass. It'd be more intimidated by that. Oh my god, you have a hot rock up your ass, and you're not doing anything. Oh shit, okay, I will do what you say. Or later on, he hits this fucking thing, he has something in his hand. I don't, what the fucking do? Okay, staple your fucking nuts to your dick, and then I'll be impressed. If you don't go, ow. They don't do anything, especially in the end fight. Like, James Bond's like punching him, and the guy throws this. Then it takes a while to get up. I'm like, why is it taking you a while to get up? You're supposed to be impervious to pain. Hell, this fucking movie, there's this henchman that James Bond, and then I realized it. I read up on IMDb, the henchman in this film was supposed to have that. They were going to do with that guy, and you could tell some of the remnants are there, because in the final fight with James Bond, like, James Bond hits a knife on the guy's leg and he barely flinches. Then he puts a knife in the guy's chest and the guy barely flinches. I'm like, so you fucking did it! In this movie, with the last henchman at the end, with James Bond's fighting on top of this, like, missile thing before everything blows up. But then you don't do it for what you have as the guy who improves the pain. You don't do it. You do it in this, but you don't do it in this. But pretty much it's James Bond protecting this fucking oil heiress, played by Sophie Marceau. I guess this is a fucking rant thing, goddammit. Fuck it. And then you get a fucking steam sequence, which isn't much. Fucking lame steam sequence. I mean, goddamn, how many fucking steam sequences do there have to be in James Bond films? Okay, you're now going to top. The reason I keep looking over there is where all the DVDs are. Thanks to Lance, Book Review 2012. Like, you had fucking steam sequences on Our Majesty Secret Service, and fucking Spy Who Loved Me, and For Your Eyes Only, and A View to a Kill, and honestly, all those steam sequences are better than the fucking one in this. Just a lame, boring, mediocre fucking steam sequence. Then he had a party. He has these fucking glasses that you can see guns underneath. One at least another. He pretends to be this guy, this Russian scientist. They go to this fucking silo. They meet Christmas. That's her like first name, Denise Richards. Christmas, probably the worst fucking Bond girl ever. She's up there with fucking Tanya Roberts and A View to a Kill and fucking Good Night from... What fucking movie was that from? Good Night. Men with the Golden Gun. The fucking bubble-headed idiot character. Like, one of the fucking worst. And... second good thing... Okay, first good thing to say was the boat sequence. Second good thing... Okay, he gets found out. Tries to get Renard, the guy with the bullet in his brain. He gets there too late. He's got to escape this tunnel before it blows up. So he gets on this chain and he sort of wiggles around with this fireball in his ass. Okay, I like that sequence. Second sequence. Good stunt sequence. I like that. That's two things. Then you find out that this bomb stolen is in this big pipe. So James Bond, the girl, gets there in a very boring sequence because, it's pretty much CGI shit with them in the tunnel. And it's just, oh shit, there's only half plutonium. And James Bond realizes that it's a trick, that it's just going to be a normal explosion, not a nuclear explosion. So it's like, leave it there so we believe that we're dead. And then M, played by Judi Dench, gets abducted. And really not much to it. And you find out that Sophie Marceau, the oil heirs he's supposed to protect, is actually a bad... She's actually with Renard. Like, I give a fuck. Then James Bond talks to Robbie Coltrane from GoldenEye, tosses his ass again to get some info. Then you get this third... The third and last thing I liked. Which was another action sequence. Even though it's really silly. It's silly, it's ridiculous, but I had fun with it. Because it has these fucking helicopters with these gigantic fucking saws. Why you would ever need... Like, literally, like, one of those saws, like, mixers... That's literally what these fucking helicopters are connected with. With fucking, like, saw blades. Like, what's wrong with rockets? Missiles? A fucking missile showed up someone's ass, a fucking rocket, boom, for fuck's sake, even my fucking stomach go. But I mean, it's ridiculous. But I know it's James Bond. But I had fun with that sequence because it was ridiculous. But I'm like, it has some good stunt work. I mean, James Bond gets in his car and it fucking cuts his car in half, and James Bond is... He, like, shoots one helicopter with his car. It has a little missile. That was cool. And, trying to avoid these big saw blade things. I had some goofy fun with it. I had some fun. But those three things are only good shit. Because then you get this boring ending where you find out that the sub is taken because that plutonium is missing. They're going to put in the sub. Which Robbie Coltrane, like, nephew, whatever, is working with. It's going to destroy Istanbul. And so that Sophie Marceau's oil pipeline would be A number one. Due to New York, A number one. And James Bond gets captured in this vice device and kills Elektra. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And he dies to the sub. And, like, just a really boring, lackluster climax where James Bond's going through this little sub, goes through some fucking water, gets in a very lame ass fight where it's supposed to be a guy who's impervious to pain, and this guy doesn't even put up much of a fight. Fucking Jaws from Spy Who Loved Me put up a better fight. Hell, like I said, the henchman in Tomorrow Never Dies is pretty much doing, like, James Bond's like punching him, and the guys are. I'm like, think about it. If there's no pain, I would be like, boom. You know, like, he could punch me 50 times, it don't matter because I'm going to punch him in the face. He just shoot me, toom, toom, toom. Can't do a PG-13, but, like, he just shot, he hit in the head, and it doesn't matter. Like, you don't even, there's no fucking point to the impervious to pain shit. There's no point to it. There's no point to having that shit in there. They don't use it. They don't do anything with it. And basically, the guy's putting something in. James Bond hits a button. It comes out. Kills it. They get out of the sub as it's going down. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. The thing is with this film, it's a fucking... Other than those 2-3 action scenes. But I can just fast forward the action scenes and that's it. Sophie Marceau honestly does nothing for me. Denise Richards, she's very stiff. She's not believable in her lines of dialogue. I know you're saying it's a Bond girl. Bond girls, for the most part, are not the best actresses. I understand that. But there's ones I could deal with, and then there's ones that just stick out like a sore ass in the desert on a fucking cactus. As in painful to watch. And this was painful to watch. It's just horrendous. I know, I mean, I'm not going to be one of those guys that, I don't buy her as a nuclear scientist, because every fucking Bond girl, you look at her, you're like, do I really buy her in that? But you should have at least a fucking fingernail of acting talent. I mean, especially if you don't make them in, what year was this? 1999? You just still look good and have some, like, you could do better. You should work better. I mean, I like Pierce Brosnan. I love GoldenEye. I think Tomorrow Never Dies is truly underrated. There's no reason this gets a 6.4 and this gets a 6.3, almost the fucking same. This is miles better than this. And this is, unfortunately, a longer movie. It's just, to me, for the most part, I was bored. The plot is insanely forgettable, as is the movie. The bad guy by Robert Carlyle is lame. They really don't do anything with his fucking impervious to pain shit. The Steen sequence is a lame. It doesn't come near to any of the Steen sequences that have come before. The Denise Richards is fucking horrible. The song, Well It's Not Enough. I know one of my friends, I think Mike liked it. But listen again, I did not care for the song. I did not. From Garbage? Garbages. The Garbages. The Garbages wrote the song. They also wrote the movie. No, not really. But I didn't like. I might, that might be my least favorite James Bond film, to be honest. Yeah, it just might be my least favorite. I think it might be because it's just some 2-3 good action scenes, but just the story was boring and insanely forgettable. The bad guy is lame. The Bond girls are lame. It's just not much to it. Just an insanely forgettable film. So, fuck that movie. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. And see you next time.